The introduction or the acknowledgement of country that goes on in Australia to recognise First Nations people. We have one of the oldest Indigenous populations that have come to Australia, migrated here. In fact, Tasmania is one of the oldest genetic identities in the world of people who were isolated for a long period of time after the last ice age. They were cut off from the mainland in Australia, and after that there were waves of other migrants came across to Australia in the top north. More than 1, 2, 3, 4. There's multiple different language groups, but they've used the Indigenous markers, genetic markers in the people from Tasmania, and also I think the Cherokee Indians and some other maybe Inuits around the world, old people, to trace back the origin of humanity to one source. So race is irrelevant in God's eyes. Your race is irrelevant, but culture separates us quite significantly. And my experience in Australia with Indigenous culture is that they still maintain in some areas of Australia a much stronger identity in terms of spirituality and the spirit realm. They have a construct that they see their world through a spiritual relationship with the material realm, which Western culture now has abandoned since the Enlightenment. We've become a rational, logical, scientific, material culture. And so as a Christian who deals in the spirit realm and a prophet, I have an easier time in some respects speaking to people who are of the Indigenous cultures around Australia, because they actually speak in terms of spirit, and they understand witchcraft as well, curses and whatnot. Kadachi man is still part of their culture, where our Western culture has real struggles to interpret reality through that lens. One thing I'll say to you is, if you're looking at cultures from your own perspective, through your own cultural lens, it's impossible to interpret and understand somebody else's framework and the meaning assigned to certain things in their culture, behaviours, symbols, etc. You really need to look through the eyes of those people to understand what they think and how they see the world. So